following program may contain coarse language, suggestive dialogue, and discussion of violent imagery and sexual situations. It is intended for mature listeners who can tell the difference between facts and opinions.
Clark Kent is not feeling very super on this episode of the Toonami Faithful podcast. I am your host, Sketch, and with me I have...
an editorial writer, Laser Kid.
And bringing up the rear...
Hey, it's Streaming Steven.
We might be joined by Paul, we might not. You never know with these things. Thanks for tuning in on another lovely Tuesday evening. This time, we're talking Superman. As we have 2 episodes of My Adventures with Superman from the past 2 weeks, which I felt were good to pair together. They're both a bit on the lighter side, though. There's actually quite a bit of existential crises going on with the characters.
Which makes it work really well.
Yeah, it's a good balance. It's a very good balance. So we're going to get right into it with episode 26, Party Animals. It's been 1 month since Henshaw's attack on the city. Clark, Lois, and Jimmy are attending the 10th annual Metropolis Humanitarian Gala, which is hosted by Silver St. Cloud. Nice to see you again, Silver. And Lois and Jimmy are potentially receiving an award for their article, which I'm guessing has to do with Henshaw's attack. They tag teamed it. Since when does Jimmy do journalism and not just take pictures? I'm so used to him just being the photographer.
That is his normal deal, but I guess he's branching out.
I guess. Well, good for him. And Kara and Superman also are supposed to be receiving an award for, saving the city. But, Jimmy's bringing a date to a gala where Kara is receiving an award. Oh, Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy.
Why?
Jimmy.
Why you do these things to us, Jimmy?
And this one is the most destructive of all of his worms dates so far. She is a woman with a plan. But that's not revealed quite yet. So, amusing moment when Lois and Jimmy and Clark are getting picked up for the gala by Steve. And Steve is like, who gets shotgun? Never mind. Only the nominees get to sit in the back. You're up with me, Kent. It's like, and I have this privacy window. It's like Kent and I aren't even there.
Oh my god.
I appreciate Steve's enthusiasm.
He's fun.
Clark is feeling really awkward, out of his elements, and not really sure what to do with himself without his powers and having apparently not helped write. Why didn't he help write this article? He's a journalist too. I don't get it.
That is a good question.
Maybe he's been in too much of a funk. He's been in a super funk.
He has been in a super funk in more ways than one.
Yeah. Well, his whole life he thought he was one thing, and now he's like, will I never be that thing again? It's tough. It's tough to watch this. He's really unraveling, the poor guy. Yeah, go ahead.
It's the classic question: who are you without your powers if you're a superhero?
Mm-hmm. Well, as the great Tony Stark once said,
Yeah.
That's not really pliable. If you're nothing without the suit, then you don't deserve to use it. So if you're nothing without the powers, then you don't deserve the powers.
I mean,
That
I
doesn't.
I actually say that applies very well.
That's
If
it.
you're not good without the powers, you're not good with them either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. So Clark, just wanting something to do, actually offers to keep to watch the kids. Keep them under control is would not be accurate, but to watch the kids at least.
Make
Because
sure that they don't drown or something.
for some reason, the Junior Detective League is here too. I know that's
Because
not what they're called.
reasons.
I know that's not what they're called, but I
No,
can't
but that's
forget.
fun to make the reference.
Yes. The Conan reference. The Detective Conan reference. Yeah. Lois is once again butting heads with Vicky Vale, who is also here, potentially receiving an award. And they're very catty to each other. And Lois is like, I can't believe I used to be obsessed with her. Yeah, used to be.
You used to be being the operative term.
Used to be. Yeah. They're called the News Kid Legion, by the way. I just remembered that. So Lois, always being capable of finding a scoop anywhere, as you know, thinks that there's a lot of armed guards everywhere, and it's a bit concerning. So she tries to talk to one of them, and they're not responding. And Silver walks over to her, is like, "Hey, you're kind of bringing down the vibe, Lois, by interrogating the security. This is just the princess's private security." Oh, okay. Meanwhile, awkwardness between Jimmy and Kara and the princess, who is his date, Princess Marina Maru. But she has another name. But we'll get to that. She is really getting under Kara's skin. I'm sure intentionally.
It definitely gets that vibe, yes.
Meanwhile, Jimmy's kind of like, it's your fault, James. You did this to yourself.
You made your bed, now you get to sleep in it.
So when the kids wander off, Clark goes to try and find them. And wouldn't you know it, the kids crack the case. They find out about these private security guys are not so good. They're setting up some kind of plan, and at first they think, "Oh no, they're trying to get the princess." No, no, they're not. They work for the princess,
The
and
princess was in fact not in another castle.
she has a diabolical plan to turn everybody in the room into an animal. Because she's Dr. Poison, apparently. And not like anthropomorphic animals. No, 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 no. Actual animals, though they can still talk.
There's a lot of body morphism in this season.
There is. It's kind of the worm's whole thing, isn't it?
It kind of is, yes.
Yeah. So the kids stumble upon things, and the soldiers go after them, and Clark goes after the kids, and he takes a bullet for them because at the last moment he realizes, I don't have my powers. And he gets shot. Clark Kent got shot for real.
I just had the Austin Powers thing in my head when that happened. You shot me! You shot me right in the arm!
That's yeah. But it was, look, the blood on the Death of Superman logo in the previous episode was one thing, but he actually got shot by a real gun and he's bleeding.
Yeah, no, my joke aside, it's actually kind of horrifying. It's like, wait, what's going on?
I guess we're finally benefiting from the fact this show is on Adult Swim as opposed to daytime Cartoon Network. And there's a
Yeah,
little
they'd
bit
have
more
trouble
language
getting away
too.
with that.
I mean, it's not something that they couldn't necessarily get away with because they've shown far more graphic things on Cartoon Network daytime. But
True.
in the current era, that is a bit surprising. I mean, they wussed out of playing Invincible Fight Girl because it was too violent.
Yeah.
And there was no blood in that, but it sure did. Man, that kid took a beating a
Oh
lot.
my gosh, yes. I'm still mad about that show. It really needed more love.
Mm-hmm. Oh, important detail. As Clark was looking for the kids, he gets a vision from the Fortress of Solitude calling to him, which might have something to do with his current lack of powers and potentially being able to get them back.
Indeed. I mean, when it was happening, there was something going on. Like there was a mental image of like a spark going on and then going out. And I think he overdid it, and now it's paying for it.
Hmm. Yeah. Well,
That's
yeah.
just bomb visualizations. It could mean anything, I suppose, but that's just how I read it.
He needs a recharge,
He does.
probably. Yeah. Uh where was I? Yes. So everybody's in a panic because people are turning into animals and Dr. Poison is, cackling and in her accent. And
Oh god.
the guard that was chasing after the kids and Clark and now Lois, who is actually horrified to see that Clark has been shot, is now a crocodile. There's a crocodile in the vents. And Lois is like, I thought he said his name was Vulture. Well, I guess that's not his what I don't know how this stuff works, but I guess even though he considered himself a vulture, it's not his closest animal relative or whatever. Uh well, a crocodile in the vent is probably something that's pretty easy to deal with if break the vent. So Lois does exactly that and breaks the vent, but then she falls and she falls into the gas. And Clark is like, "No, Lois!" And then a cat hops up and like bites him in the ear and says, "Come on, Smallville." I'm like, they totally made her look like Luna on purpose. It's
And they
gotta be
totally did.
intentional.
She totally does.
That's the first thing I thought of. I'm like, wait a minute, that's Luna. That's a Sailor Moon thing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He is the one called Clark Kent.
She it does it does track for Lois to become a cat, I think. Seems appropriate.
It seems very appropriate, yes.
Yeah. So Kara wants to deal with this immediately, but she has to go handle the larger threat, being that Dr. Poison has sent some of her other thugs down to around the dam, and they're gonna drop the poison into the water and affect everyone in the city. So, as much as she'd like to deal with things here, that's the more important thing. And Jimmy's like, "All right, I'm gonna take care of it." He's stepping up and
He's gonna try.
and turning into a turtle.
But not of the
Hair.
Teenage Mutant Ninja variety, unfortunately.
Nope, just a regular turtle. Just a regular turtle with hair for some reason. And he tries to woo her with his boyish magnetism. And it seems to be working to an extent, but it's just like, no, James, I was just toying with you this whole time. It's like, yes, but don't you feel the feelings that are really happening? He's like, no, we cannot. And it's like, all right, whatever. I'm just going to pull your gas mask off. And then she turns into a little dog.
Hoisted by her own petard.
hmm But she still tries to get away. But she's thwarted. It's all thwarted, and I guess they have a very easy way to like transform everyone back to human. Like you just go into this little curtain and whoop, there you go. You're fine.
That's convenient.
I should mention that somewhere early on in this gala, Lois had a conversation with St. Cloud, who basically said, if the award means that much to you and not the people that you're sharing it with, that's all anybody can really ask for. He's like, where are the people I heard about? Not, yeah, that was a great segue. It's like, where are the people I love? Being chased by the armed men, apparently. Oh yeah, at the very end, she receives the award and is right in front of Vicky when she gets the award from Silver, and she passes it to Flip, the little girl in the Newsboy Legion, and is like, "Oh, the work is its own rewards." Okay, she's gone. Give it back to me. And then James has a heart-to-heart with Dr. Poison, who's still convinced that he has strong feelings for her, because that's what he confessed. And he's like, no, I care about Kara, and I've been really stupid about it. And Kara, quite rightfully, flies up and is like, hey, why would you share those feelings with her and not with me? And before they can really sort anything out, and before Clark can have another woe is me moment about not having his superpowers, they get whisked away by I wonder who.
It's a mystery.
It is a mystery. But before we move on to that, let's talk about this episode, which was very fun.
It's
Very
really interesting to see Clark have to solve problems without his Superman powers, to be an actual peril where he gets shot. It's and then he's got to use his brain to figure out what's going on. He can't see through walls and just instantly know. He's got to go old school. He's got to be Batman basically, to try and figure out, okay, what's going on? How do we handle this? Let's get the people that we're working with in the right place to do the right things, the things that need to get done. And it's a different take on Superman, and it shows just who Clark Kent really is. Because it's very easy to go, oh, Superman, he go punch bad guy. There's more to him than that.
There's
And
always been more to him.
Oh, absolutely. But taking the powers away highlights it more, and I think it's a really smart move of the show to really go there.
I agree with Mr. AJ Tibbs that this show's art style was really great for animals, and we need Crypto.
Yes! Give us Crypto!
Give us real Crypto.
Real Crypto, not haha, I named my dog Crypto. Okay, haha, I get it.
I got some bad news for you.
Yeah, I know.
There will be no real Crypto this season.
Alas and forsooth.
Oh my gosh, spoilers!
Oh no! Next thing you're gonna tell me is that Batman doesn't make an appearance either.
Ah, he sure doesn't.
Okay then. Oh
what a
my
tease.
gosh. I know.
Vicky Vale showing up for multiple episodes and still no sign of Batman. But there have been Wayne Industries.
There have been little mentions of him at least, so.
Yeah. So this is a very different take on Dr. Poison. Though in the original comics, she was a princess. And she dressed like a guy. to be more intimidating or to have respect. But this, no, this is a very different take on Dr. Poison.
I'm not as familiar with her, but definitely unhinged.
Yeah. The Dr. Poison I'm most familiar with is the one from the Wonder Woman movie, the first Gal Gadot
I
Wonder Woman
really
movie.
still need to see that. I never got around. I meant to, but I never did.
That's a pretty good movie.
It's what I hear, and I really do need to see it.
Unlike its sequel.
I've also heard that.
Yeah.
God, DC live action just cannot catch a break.
I don't think she is a princess of Markovia, though.
Interesting.
So that's a choice. But I don't know that much about Markovia. I gotta be honest. I hadn't heard of Markovia before Young Justice Outsiders, when it was introduced with Brion, and that's where Terra is from. They're
Okay.
They're siblings.
Interesting.
And I wondered if maybe this take on Dr. Poison was supposed to be in like a little bit of Helga Jace, but she didn't do things like turn people into animals. Creative liberties, to be sure.
Which is just kind of the show in general, which it makes it stand out.
It does. It does. Anything stick out to you, Steven?
Not much. It was a fun episode. I will say, you're talking about Markovia. That was in, I think, season 2 of Young Justice, where they go into. But yeah, you're right. So Tara is from there, and then her half
brother
brother,
Brion.
Brion, he's from there. So that's where they get it. It's always a weird type of thing. They need probably an analog to what Doctor Doom was from Latveria. So. It's always a interesting thing. But Geoforce was from there. Those 3 animals were, I think, the Terrible Trio, I want to say. From yeah, I think it was the Terrible Trio from there. They're just a group of bad guys that dressed up like animals, so it was a cool.
Which 3 animals?
The Croc, and
Oh.
yeah, the ones that the bad guys turned into.
Oh.
Yeah.
They did their homework.
They did.
They did their homework, and they made sure to change it.
Yeah. There were a lot of Die Hard references in this episode.
That is true. There were Die Hard references.
Mm-hmm. I like the Clark going through the vents. I thought that
you
was
know what?
fun
You should have had a moment where Clark stepped on something sharp on his feet. Like that's probably never been a thing for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And be like, oh, ow, that actually
ow,
hurts a
that
lot.
hurts. But getting shot, I mean, that also hurts.
That's probably more true than anything else he could have gone through. But it would have been funny if you like stepped on something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did he? Did Clark had to go like get surgery or something, or get the bullet taken out of him, or was it like a through and through or something?
Yeah, they didn't really touch on that, and they kind of got whisked away before.
Mm-hmm.
Good question.
Yeah,
that is a fantastic question.
He might actually be dealing with a bullet wound for the entirety of the next episode.
Yeah,
but there's no sign of that.
No.
Magically fixed.
Hey, you never know. They continue on the Jimmy Olsen comic book quest, because every single thing that he turns into, or every single thing that he gets, that happens to him, is from a comic book episode. Is from a comic book. So he gets turned into a turtle in Superman's pal.
Doesn't he get turned into a giant turtle?
It was a kaiju thing, so but it's something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was cool.
Yeah.
And then Dr. Poison's line, get to the chopper. That was a
Yeah,
good one.
yeah. Get to the chopper.
Other than that, yeah, it was a fun one to see that Jimmy constantly disappointing everyone who's watching, who can't like just want to throw things at the screen. Yeah,
Mhm.
so good job, Jimmy, for disappointing every single person.
Oh, James, you are so kind to your platonic friend.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez, Dr. Poison. Going for the knife.
Mm,
Going for the knife. Clark did not get back in time for the award.
sadly not. He
He did
wasn't
not.
that fast.
No. No, he was not. No, he was not. But it's I appreciate that this show is taking some time to have Clark deal with the fact that he doesn't have his powers. It's it's good character building stuff. But at the same time, it's kind of reminding me of the way Bachira was towards the end of this season of Blue Lock, where he's like not sure what to do with himself, and it's like, come on, man, you're more than that.
It's always interesting characters go through that, but it's also like it works because you know that as the audience and you're kind of cheering them on, but like, you can do it.
You can do it, Clark.
Yes.
Like, what's wrong with being mild-mannered reporter Clark Kent? I mean,
Mm,
your whole plan to settle down with Lois, isn't that like proof that you don't want to be Supermaning all the time anymore?
yeah, but
I mean,
maybe he wanted to do it, have that decision for himself, right? Instead of having it taken away from him, and now he has to
mm,
force this thing and will figure out who he is because he is still the same person, but he doesn't know how to be Clark. He knows how to wear the mask of Clark and stumble around and do that stuff. But now when he sees things in danger, he can't do that. He can't be the person in there. And so now he has to,
It's he
find a new
wants to
path.
help no matter what, and not being able to is eating at him.
mm, good point. Good point. All right, let's talk about the next ridiculous episode, which brings back a certain multiversal nemesis.
Oh, I had so much fun with this.
Yes, he's back. It's Mixie time. In episode 7, the X Games. That's the EX Games. You get it? And when I first read that episode title, I thought, oh, is this going to be about Jimmy and Kara and maybe Lois and Clark? Well, yes, but no. They are not the X's in question because Mixie has kidnapped the gang and is forcing them to play a game against alternate versions of Lois, Jimmy, Luther, and Kara in order to get divorced from his current wife, Miss Gisplitzen. Glitzy for short. I probably said it wrong.
Miss Letterstring.
Giz Pitlanez is like the how it's supposed to be pronounced according
If I
to
didn't literally
sources.
have a trading card of Mr. Mitzelplick when I was like 10, I don't think I'd know how to say his name as well as I do.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, in order to get divorced, they play these games with mortals. Apparently, this is how we do things instead of, lawyers and paperwork and
You know
long.
what? It might be a better system.
It
I
might
mean,
be a better
not
system.
having lawyers. I have to look at it. I mean, it might actually be a better choice.
It might be. It might be.
It's not a good choice, but
No.
it might be a better one.
No. So the gang realize they're all dressed in like beach outfits. So this is the closest thing you're gonna get to a beach episode. And Jimmy's like, "Oh man, this is gonna get everywhere. Hello, Kara in a skin tight. She's always in a skin tight, bro. It's like
Yeah.
she's always in her Supergirl outfit." And Clark is in a Speedo for fan service reasons, I suppose. And so is Lois, but she has a top and also like an overshirt. It's, fun designs. Meanwhile, the alternate universe versions of them are looking very Super Sentai. let's be honest. Very, very Super Sentai. They're like, "It's General Lane," and Lois is like, "Oh no!" And then she reads General Lois Lane. Oh no! Well, I believe we last
That's even
saw
worse.
the last time when she was with the League of Lois Lanes in the prior Mixie episode. I believe this is the same General Lane, maybe, or close enough. Yes, and this Kara never had her turn good phase, I guess. Or maybe she just kind of stayed full Vegeta.
The sense that I get based on conversations in the episode, she did, and then after certain things happened, she went back.
And Luthor is quote unquote good Lex Luthor. Can't help but notice the brainiac looking stuff on his head, though.
I
Just
noticed that
saying.
too. I absolutely noticed that too.
And Jimmy Flamebird, who Jimmy thinks is like, "Oh, that's just me." And then he puts on his Super Sentai suit. He's like, "Oh, he's a way cooler me." Oh, this show is a riot sometimes. So they have to complete a series of uh, games, tests, whatever you want to call it, in order to get these orb things so that they can unleash the power of the cosmic anvil. And as far as I can look up, the cosmic anvil is nothing like this in All-Star Superman, where it's really just something that Superman uses to make suns to feed his sun eater.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'd never even heard of it before. I just assumed it was something new.
Yeah. These alternate universe crew are from a universe where Superman lost his powers and then died. And then the Hunger Dogs invaded. And the Hunger Dogs are apparently from Apocalypse, though that is not at all mentioned. So you might be thinking, "Oh, where were the Hunger Dogs, and how could they have defeated Kara and everybody else?" Well, there you go. They're from Apocalypse, so that answers that.
It's a real problem, yeah.
hmm Throughout these challenges, they have to face Manticore and Hell Hippos, and they have to work as a team. well, if they choose to work as a team at times, and Mixie's all like, boo, feelings, teamwork, this is boring. But no, it's good character growth moments. Throughout all of this insanity going on, you have these really thoughtful character moments as our hero's universe interacts with this other universe and sees they're not so different. Really, in the end. Because they're looking to this possible future where Superman loses his powers and then dies. But a really interesting note is that when they uh, they come to the realization that it was hard when we lost Superman, but we all gave into despair when we lost Clark.
That hit in two levels because when you first get it, it's like, oh, and then when you later find out that Lex didn't know the difference, that hits even harder.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that moment. They're
Yeah.
like, why am I listening to you? And then they like take his glasses off. What is this? What are you doing? And then they mess with his hair. Was I the last one to know? Yes.
Great.
Yes, you were, Luther. Yes, you were. So like, well, all right, I'll listen to Superman this time.
I love that
This
we get
time.
these glimpses. We've got two of them now of a Lex who realizes he messed up, and he's willing to listen to Superman or get help to Superman when he knows he's messed up. It really says something about him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's still a mess because he has to learn the hard way. He can't learn any other way, but he at least can learn the hard way, and that's not true for every villain in superheroes.
That's true. Though it's not that uncommon for universes where Superman is incapacitated or gone, where Lex
No.
Luthor becomes a better man.
It's a very interesting thing that happens quite frequently, yes.
So I'm not at all surprised that they
Oh no, it
spun
fits the
that thread
character
here.
very well, but it's just interesting to note.
Yeah. Clearly, Flamebird Jimmy is suppressing a whole lot of things.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, yeah, we're just three best friends and everything's great. Nothing's changed.
Okay.
Well, except now I'm a superhero.
Oh my
Something broken that
gosh.
kid's brain. Something definitely
Yeah.
broken his brain. Meanwhile, Lois is concerned about becoming like General Lois Lane, and Kara thinks that her only future is to be exactly as Brainiac told her she was. So there's a lot going on here besides Clark coming to the realization that he has to figure out what life is like without powers. And early on, he's really struggling with that, and he stumbles, and he actually needs Lois to reach out and grab him so he doesn't die. Because he can't fly anymore, and also nobody can fly. That was a ruling to level the field because Mixie protested that he got swindled. He got swindled.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
gosh.
how the turns table, Mixie. Yes. And the real crescendo here is the third test where they have to quote unquote choose a path, and they see all these visions of other things, and Lois,
It
having just
it
been
really
chewed
messes
out
up.
by the other Lois, realizing she's one bad day away from becoming just like her, is really struggling with that. Clark is just so depressed, not sure what to do, and Kara's slipping. But then Jimmy's like, you know what? I have to change. I have to be better. We can change. And Kara's like, yes, we can change. We can choose our own path. And that was the answer. And everybody breaks out.
Hooray! Good job, Kara.
Yay!
I think you really needed that too, to be honest.
Yeah, everybody needs it. And it's a wonderful callback to the first episode where she got that speech from the scientist that was raising Bizarro.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, I totally forgot to mention Bizarro helped Kara in the previous episode. And she's like, what happened?
Yes, that was it was a very quick moment, but it's like, oh hey, he's still around. He's still being him.
Yeah. Mr. AJ Tibbs writes in, why are they in swimsuits? They didn't explain it unless I missed it. There was no swimming, water events, and the only other universe's crew, not everyone. And only our universe's crew had it, not everyone. If there's a comic book reference, I get it, but
I just assume.
I think they're just, well, we can't have them do this stuff in ballroom outfits, so why not swimsuits? I think it's that. And
yeah.
When they all get sent back, Jimmy's like, oh, sweet tailored suit, I missed you. What's the matter, Jimmy? Your swim outfit was at least less revealing than Clark's. Well, yeah, eventually they all kind of figure out, hey, none of us are dying. None of us are in any real peril, even though it seems like it. What's the trick here? Because there's something else going on. And Mixie's like, oh, you got us. This isn't a divorce. This is just role play on a date.
What?
But we still want you to go over there and get that last ball. Well, we're not gonna. But you have to. No, we don't. Oh, time's up. And I really don't know what this is about, but when they lose the cosmic anvil, they're like, who is that guy anyway? All Mixie says is a sore loser and zaps them away. I feel like there's some lore there, but I don't know what it's about. I want to know. Why won't you tell me, show? Why won't you show me?
I'd like to say they'll tell us later, but I don't know if there's enough later for us to know.
Well, yeah. Glitzy's really fun. I mean, Mixie is just as much of a riot as the first time. I got to see why is his name escaping me? The voice of Mixie. What is his name? This is embarrassing. I'm trying to remember. David Arago Jr., who is, as you may know, the current voice of Ranma in Ranma 1/2, male Ranma in Ranma 1/2. And he's done a lot of stuff. He's the current voice of Ferb on Phineas and Ferb. And I wanted to talk all about that episode, but it hadn't aired yet. So I'm like, okay, so I already saw this episode because I had an early screener. I just want to say it was a fantastic performance, but we can't about it. And I think he was kind of like, yeah, let's not talk about that. You know, those darn NDAs. Because at that point, it wasn't even, confirmed that Mixie was going to be in this season. But it's fun to have him back. And Glitzy is very, very fun. Especially that moment when she's like, your mission, if you choose to accept it, you don't have rights.
Oh my gosh, that was great. It's like,
Oh.
okay.
Like, what the heck, lady? That is, yikes. That is yikes, 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 yikes. And, let's see, Glitzy's done a lot of live action shows. It's, the actress is Erin Anderson. That's Erin. Been Agent Stroker, Chicago Med, 9 episodes of Law and Order, SVU. So yeah, mostly live action stuff. Apparently in Monster High, she played Mermom in one episode. Just just kind of interesting to see where these folks come from. But wonderful performance. I hope to see them again because
Absolutely, they were a blast.
I feel like the first hint that this was all a farce was when they said "love of my life" instead of "ex love of my life."
Yeah.
You have a wife, ex-wife. Keep up.
That's
super.
They had a lot of fun with that, and it really worked.
Yeah, and I think it was Max Middleman who played the booming voice, which was also fun. It felt like he was channeling some David K.
Little bit there, yeah.
Definitely got some David K vibes from that. Again, I really like how it mixed this silly concept with some hard hitting moments and a little bit of action. Yeah, so that's good stuff. Any additional thoughts, Steven?
Yeah, I liked when Kara got hit by the brick. That's the best reaction. A lot of people were saying it was from Rama. If that was, I don't know, but yeah, I liked it.
Oh, like the tongue stick out thing.
That and like and the finger, yeah.
Oh
that-
yeah, the figure eye. Oh,
Yeah.
wow, how appropriate since the voice of Ranma is here.
Yeah, that was the
That's-
funniest part. Yeah,
That's a bit of a deeper cut. I appreciate that.
mm-hmm.
Still pretty mainstream, but
yeah,
we're digging we're digging deeper than Sailor Moon and Dragon Ball, at least.
Yeah, they're getting stuff. Yeah. Aside from that, yeah, it was a fun episode. A bit revealing to each of the characters' personalities. I loved Flamebird Jimmy which is a pretty good name to him, with that armor. He totally a common writer. He doesn't really care anymore. All of them
Where's his
posing
motorcycle?
like,
He needs a motorcycle.
yeah. All of them posing like they're from the Ginyu Force or something, with the explosions in the back.
Yep.
That was great.
We tied.
Yeah.
And they're like dramatically posing, and Glitzy's is like in a laid down position. They're like, look at them. You guys are pathetic. Should have made cool poses.
I like the announcer, whoever the Cosmic Anvil announcer, which I assume was the guy who got locked in there, or whoever the guy was that it was frozen on the anvil. I like the announcer because he was like, you know what, burn in hell, Mixie. Like he didn't really.
Yeah.
That was a great line.
It felt like it felt like they were doing this for so long, and it's like he can't take it, and he's just helping them each one out and hoping everyone figures it out.
I'm a little disappointed we didn't get Monkey Ball.
Yeah.
They
did. It was Monkey Ball, wasn't it? Or
yeah, it was totally Monkey Ball.
It's funny that you say Monkey Ball because when I watched it, my brain went to, it's Marble Madness.
Oh, okay.
Well, that does predate.
Same kind of idea.
You always do this. You get attached and then they die and then you're sad. They're not dancing around the concept of death in this show.
They're really not.
What I thought was what Mr. AJ Tibbs said in the chat about like why they're wearing like swimsuits or anything. I think that's what Mixie thinks they wear all the time. And so just give them that stuff, right? He thinks all Earthlings wear that. He doesn't care. He says, yeah, let's do that. While the other team's all prepared. This
That's
team's
a
all playing like,
good enough
Wipeout or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they're getting ready to play Wipeout.
Otherwise, yeah, it was a great episode. Fun little kind of distraction from what we had seen. And then the ending sketch. You didn't say the ending, did you?
Oh, I didn't. Yes. Once everybody gets back and Jimmy's like, oh, sweet Taylor suit. And they're kind of, getting back to reality. Clark is feeling a lot better after his existential crisis breakthrough in this episode. And he and Lois are out on a walk and they're being adorkable. And then suddenly, John is back and he's not alone.
Dun, dun, dun.
There's someone with him that looks a lot like Lois. A younger Lois.
We got twins, baby.
The future has changed. And
That
judging
this
from the
season-
scar on his eye and the sword, they gave him a sword!
Yeah.
If he's not escaping the future Trunks allegations.
Not escaping him. Nope.
Wasn't there something that they said in the press things that were like coming out that there was going to be something that alluded a lot to Toonami?
I think that was about My Adventures with Green Lantern, not
Oh, okay.
My Adventures with Superman. But I mean, we all know these people like making Dragon Ball references.
Mhm,
Oh
mhm.
yes. There's been a ton of them.
They must have watched a lot of it.
It's
Yeah,
almost like it's a really popular show.
this season really likes to do cliffhangers.
It really does. I love that though. It adds to the dramatic flair of what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Leaves you going, oh, what's gonna happen next?
It's like, we saved the future. Goes back to the future. Oh no, we didn't.
Look like you did.
No.
Just gonna go back and forth so many times.
Didn't take long before the future returned.
This is more like X-Men time travel. You fix one thing and now you got something else to deal with.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Well, Paul has joined us. Love to hear your thoughts on these 2 episodes of My Adventures with Superman.
Yes, I have arrived. Don't know if I said this the last time, but I really feel like these episodes are rushing too much. I feel like we're just... Well, I definitely said the action's lacking, so there's that, but... I don't know, I feel like it's like we're trying to rush to the finish line of season 3, whereas the last 2 seasons, there was a nice flow. So... I don't know, I'm a little worried. I mean, the episode 7 was good. But yeah, I'm a little worried that this is rushing. Yeah.
Well, there's 3 episodes left to handle whatever the next crisis may be.
I don't think they're doing themselves justice by whatever they were trying to go for in this season, because season 1 and 2 were really good, and they had a really, and I'm going to say this probably a couple times, good flow. But this one, I don't know, something's off about it. And I can't put my finger on it. I think it's rushing. I think it's trying to do more than it really needs to do. It should just be doing the same thing that it was doing in season 1 and 2. But I don't know. Again, I don't like it. Episode 7 was good and episode 6 was okay. Still don't know what's going to happen with Bizarro because he just seems to, even though he's in this season, he's just like dipping his toe in things, and it's like,
Yeah,
okay.
you'd think he would have gotten more involved by now, but it's nice that he
Yeah, so
helps out
that's a
on
little
occasion.
that's a little off-putting.
And he's real good at his ice cream job.
So yeah, that's a little weird. I don't know. Since episode 5, it's like you kind of had an episode that seemed like a good conclusion and could have could have brought you into a whole new season, because I was thinking this after that episode. And now it's just like, how do you beat that episode for this season?
Good
so far,
question.
it's not like looking good, but I mean, we'll see.
We see in the preview that Lex has been cooking more artificial humans.
Yeah.
Oh, artificial
Yeah.
Kryptonians, actually.
Yeah, this
dude
doesn't.
is just an idiot.
He really needs to just sit and watch Dragon Ball Z and learn what not to do.
And he's
By the way,
gonna control them with his brain.
why do we keep having these people come from the future? Like, what is I mean, I assume these two people that showed up at the end of the episode are from the future. I mean, one of them looks like
Most
Superboy,
likely.
but I'm not 100% sure if that's him. So it's like, okay, what are we doing now? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. Actually,
it's just
I do
this...
now. Oh, you do
Actually,
know.
I do know. But I won't tell you. But I will tell you this. We're going to get some Steve Bloom action in this season.
Ooh.
Yeah. He will be voicing a character.
Oh, okay. So Wolverine shows up.
No.
I mean,
I'm
if we're going to
kidding.
do a Marvel DC cartoon crossover, I'm all here for it, but I don't think that's where this is going.
No.
See, if we're getting that, then Tom needs to be like, "Hey, I recognize that voice."
That'd be pretty funny. Maybe
that seems
he
like
already
something
has.
they would maybe do for like a marathon promo, for a marathon bumper. You're like, hey, this guy sounds familiar.
But in all seriousness, like, am I on the wrong track here? Or am I kind of in the right to think that this season?
I mean, you can believe what you can feel the way you feel. There's nothing wrong about that. I don't feel that way. I think the show's doing a really good job of going through its story and character beats, and it is a slower action. If you're just looking for Superman punch things, yeah, it's not quite doing that as much, although it had plenty of that. But I think it's a really good season. It's really doing a good job exploring the characters.
I mean,
I agree with that. I kind of feel like I would have liked. I think Henshaw shouldn't be out of commission yet.
I would agree with that.
I think Henshaw should have been the season finale big bad.
There you go.
I feel like that is probably happening because they don't know what if they're gonna get even more, and that's the real problem with this season is it's the last one. That's really my big problem. It's like I feel like there's so much more they could do.
This definitely feels like they had like 2 arcs worth of material that they're trying to do in one.
That I think is completely fair.
I would agree with that because I think you're onto something by saying that, Laser. I think that they are trying to compact some things into one season, not knowing if this is going to be the last season.
I don't
Which,
think they're doing a terrible job of it, but I wish they didn't have to.
right. I would agree with that. I think that's a good explanation, and I think that's probably why it's happening that way. I
Like,
don't
as
think that they need to
good
rush it though.
it's as good of a mid-season finale as we got, and I am liking these episodes exploring Clark without his powers. It Something doesn't feel right. Like
Thank you.
it does it doesn't it doesn't it feels weird to be going to another huge threat all of a sudden,
Yeah.
even if
Yeah.
perhaps the building blocks have been throughout this whole season.
Well, I think we're on to something when when the promotional material for this season was about Ken and Cyborg Superman, and then he's basically gone, or at this point he's gone, uh, within the middle part of the season. I think had they made him, to what Sketch was saying, the bad guy, and that episode 5 was the last episode of the season, I think it would have been. I think building to that and coming to that point, I think that would have been great. And I think that
Except you
lies
don't
the
want to end
problem.
the season on Superman losing his powers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wouldn't have. I would have revealed that at the beginning of the next season.
Or, I mean, he didn't have to lose his powers.
Well, if you're gonna go that story beat,
But they were trying to do the
but
death of Superman, and maybe they shouldn't have tried to do the death of Superman.
I think they did a really good job with what they've done on that front. To be honest, like if we look at what they've actually done, it's actually really well done.
Speaking of Superman losing his powers, there were two things in episode 6 that haven't been explained yet. Number one, what the hell was Clark hearing or hallucinating?
Well,
Mhm.
that
And then
I'm certain we're gonna find out.
Yes. And then number two, when that guy shot him, yes, he got injured, but it looked like it was a point blank shot to his chest, not to his arm. So I'm like, huh, okay. Did he really did he like have his powers reactivate for a second? Like what happened there? You know what I mean? So, and by the way, he does, I mean, not to be like Monty Python, but he has a flesh wound. But did it really affect him that much? Because,
apparently not.
again,
It didn't seem
no.
to really affect him during all the strenuous physical activity that followed.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, that's a good question right there. The thought just occurred to me.
We got more blood in the 7th episode when he smashed the
Yeah, we
glass
did.
mirror.
We did.
The ice mirror. He got more blood on his
That's
fist.
true.
Like, ooh.
I
know it's silly to be so excited about a little bit of blood, but it's
you take what you can get. You take what you can get right now.
Here's a thought, and work with me here on this one. Was the first 5 episodes supposed to be one season? And by the way, and I'm saying this because we're under the premise that this is them putting everything together, just in case this is the last hurrah, so to speak. But could this have been episode 1 through 5 was one season, and then episode 6 through 10 is going to be another season inside one season?
I mean, that's basically what they did.
Who knows? I mean, could be.
I think that's what they're trying to do.
They're definitely two separate story arcs, if that's what you're getting at.
Yes, definitely. Because I think that's what I'm trying to get at is season 1 and 2 seem to have one story arc throughout the whole thing of the season, whereas
Right.
this season seems like there's 2 arcs in them. So that's a better way for me to explain it, because and that actually explains why I'm feeling like it's being rushed, because they're cramming
They're
all of
doing more
this
stuff.
in one season. Yeah.
I don't know that I'd call it rush, because I think they're doing a pretty good job of telling the story that they're telling in the time frame they're doing it. I don't feel like it's what I feel like what you're feeling based on what you're saying and what's happening. You need more downtime between these stories. You need a little more, for lack of a better term, you need some more filler.
You need more build up.
Also
Yes.
that.
Yes, build up, not
Like-
filler. Me no like filler. Me no
You
like
say
filler.
that, but I mean,
In a sense, these past 2 episodes are filler, but they're not. They're
True.
important
Yeah.
character development.
the character moments, yeah. Well, and when I say filler, what I mean is you need some downtime. And while we've got, less amped moments in these last 2 episodes, they're not characters going, downtime. It's okay, here we're working on the character following exactly what just happened, one to next. There's no pause to breathe. It's one straight line. If I wouldn't say that it's rushed, but I would say that there's no abbreviation to absorb. You really have to kind of chunk through it.
Yeah, I really feel like Henshaw's development was too fast.
That I definitely agree with.
Yeah.
That I will say was
Yeah.
rushed.
I think that should have been flushed out a lot more.
Lois,
Absolutely.
Clark, Kara, Jimmy, all of theirs, that's going at a fine pace. I have no problem with
Yes.
that.
Yes.
I have no problem with how that's paced. But Henshaw was like
But
Henshaw got the shaft. I will totally agree with that.
way
Yeah.
too fast.
and
So that's
and by the way,
kind of a shame.
I'm
If
not
nothing
saying that, I'm not saying that it should.
But I do think I do think taking away Superman's powers in the middle of the season is a good creative choice.
Probably.
So I think
But-
there could have been a version of this where they still did that, and we'd all be feeling a bit more satisfied with how they implemented this storyline.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And again, I mean, I'm not saying that, the animation's not good, or to
No,
what
it's quite
one
good.
of you said about, that other storyline going on. I mean, that other storyline is fine. It's going throughout the episodes, and it's building up to whatever it's going to build up to. I mean, at this point, Jimmy and Kara just need to go and make love at this point and get it over with. But in all seriousness, I mean,
They finally talked. That's the important thing.
yeah. So I mean, it's not like everything's being rushed. But yes, I would have, if you're gonna make all the promotional material about Cyborg Superman, you probably should have let this.
They
go
had
all
us
the
at
way
the
out to the
first
end.
half. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. And then you get past episode 5 and you go, where's this going to go from here?
Yeah.
So
That's the other thing.
And by the way,
Hank's development was so fast one way and then so fast the other. Like he's totally annihilating everything, and then he's like, "Wait, he's half human? Does not compute. Shut down."
That was pretty good.
Like, okay, it's fine for him to get there, but it was pretty abrupt.
It was.
It was pretty abrupt.
There's
Which,
2
you know,
points.
it
Go
would
ahead,
be
Scott.
really cool. It would be really cool if he came back with a vengeance. Even though he's already had his, like, it's gonna have to take a serious like, wait, no, I wasn't wrong. You were all wrong. Like we're
Hmm.
just.
I mean, that does fit what we've seen of him.
True.
What were you gonna
There's
say,
two
Steven?
there's
Yeah,
2
Steven.
points that watching these couple episodes and then the previous seasons. There's 2 points that I can get onto. That the first point is the show forgot what its core is. The core is Superman, a down to earth Superman. Like, not everything has to be. The first 2 seasons was like he was fighting bank robbers. Each threat got a little bit bigger. There was always this overarching thing at the end, right? But each threat got a little bit bigger. It tested his powers. It did enough. He figured out how to overcome it. But he would always go back to those ones, right? Um, and then this season feels like instantly, stakes. Instantly, the city's, dying, or instantly the planet's, going to blow up. Something like there's huge stakes involved, and it got too
Mhm.
big at times, right? I mean, what happened to Deadline with Perry White in the Daily Planet, right? Perry White's like this, guy, swept to the side, right? There used to be stakes, right? There used to be these small things that made Superman grow, and this smaller character that showed all of his growth through this, right? He was trying to write a story, he was trying to figure something out, his love life, everything, these smaller moments.
Yeah, Clark hasn't done any journalism this season.
He
Yeah.
hasn't. That's definitely noticeable.
And I think that's it, right? There's not that down to earth, right? He could do this stuff, right? Now he can do this. He has no powers. He can do this, but it doesn't show him doing it. If he is doing it, right? It doesn't show him becoming Clark
Hmm.
Kent. It doesn't show the Kent side. It shows the Superman side and what happens to the world without a Superman. You have Kara, she can help. She's about the same as him. You got 2 of them there. They don't really need one more unless, something bigger happens, but you have that. You have Steel and like every other super good Superman person out there. You have Bizarro, who's technically good as of right now. So there are things out there, and I think this season got a little bit too big, personally to me. And yeah,
I
yeah,
understand that sentiment. Like
yeah,
you had this big mid-season finale, and you're like, okay, are you gonna top that, or are we just gonna have a cool down for the rest of the season?
mhm. And then
Well, now future kids are here, so probably not gonna cool down.
no, and then my other point that I was trying that I thought of is, what's Lex Luthor's relationship with Superman? Like, there isn't anything. Like, he didn't, in the comics, you know, or Smallville, basically, and all the other ones, he lost his hair because of Superman, right? There's all different reasons, but, it's mainly he's vain and he lost his hair through different variations of it. Or kryptonite got him, or, something, right? And he blames him all for that. And it's like, this is like a general, oh, I hate all aliens because we're humans. And this guy's trying to, take stuff. I'm like, that's nothing. I get why you hate him, but that's really nothing. Usually there is some personal thing of why Superman hates Lex. And it's not because of some alien thing. It is something very personal that both of them do. And it's like that character development, like that thing that we always seen, while it's like centered kind of like on this devious, background player of Lex Luthor. It's like he's like this young tech guy, and it's like he has more in common with Jimmy than with Superman. And there's no personal dynamic between both of them that are like established in any one-on-one scenes. And it's like, okay, why are you doing this? Just because? Like, why Jimmy has more of a connection, and that was, like, the weirdest thing. Why does Jimmy have a connection with him? I mean, unless maybe if they ever got a 4th season, you know, then they'll kill off Jimmy, and that's why Superman and Lex hate each other or something like that, right? Something happened with that relationship, but it's like, we don't know if we're gonna get a 4th season, so, that's all up to James
And
Gunn
we
or
still don't
whatever.
know as of San Diego Comic-Con, which
Yeah,
is
we still don't know any
very
of that stuff, and
disappointing.
I assume I don't know how TV or television production works, I only know the live
If
stuff,
you haven't
but it's like
renewed it yet, it's gonna be like 2 years.
yeah, but
Yeah.
it's it's I wanna say they didn't know the news or anything, right? They probably knew that it's gonna take a longer time for all that stuff to figure it out, but it's with this merger and everything else, a lot of stuff is probably on hold too. So it's like, "Hey, let's get this thing out, and if it goes out, it goes out, but, let's get it out and let's tell our one thing that we wanted to tell." And so I assume the death of Superman and then all of these other Supermans that could be coming along or whatever could be it because I my thing is I think what they're trying to do is make Bizarro the main bad guy in this whole thing with Lex later on and controlling it and whatever. And that's the thing later on
Hmm.
because Hank seems to be some like random one-off villain that really doesn't have to do anything, and only if he gets shot in space again, he'll be a Green Lantern villain, and that's what they're trying to do there. Um, by they already have one Green Lantern, kind of like making her own show, and it's like maybe Cyborg Superman. Technically, he is a Green Lantern villain at times. He can
Hmm.
fight her and some other things. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think they were like, "Hey, let's throw this out there. We got a green light to do another My Adventures With show. Let's do it with Green Lantern, another one which should probably going to be cool. And let's shoot our shot and do what we always wanted to do, right?" And I think that's what they are trying to do at this point with that. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on the Superman stuff.
Yeah, you're probably not far off the mark there. I really hope we get another season. But like I said,
Absolutely.
if they haven't greenlighted it yet, 2, maybe 3 years off, and a lot can happen between now and then. Such as
Yeah.
that stupid merger, which has been halted for now.
Del-
Hmm.
Delayed.
Yes, delayed.
Yeah, I'm I don't like the fact that this is being held up by one person. I really don't. And I really hope that James Gunn doesn't make a stupid mistake and cancel this because I think that would be stupid. I think that,
Hmm.
you know, this has
Well,
been a
their quote
surprisingly
with
very good
James Gunn
series.
was, and Peter Safran was like, "This is good. Keep doing this." Well, if it was good and keep doing it, why not renew it? You have another show in the same universe, and you don't want to make it make sense, James. Make it make sense.
I mean, let's face facts. It's still trends on HBO Max, though. I don't know what it is, but they always bring Superman out at the wrong time when another movie or show is hitting on the service. So it's like, for example, Rick and Morty is doing really well right now. It's doing so well that I was looking on the app today. Number 10 was Rick and Morty the anime.
What?
So
You're
yeah, I'm not
kidding.
kidding. I'm not
On
kidding.
HBO
I'm not
Max?
kidding. The top 10 show. I'm not kidding.
Looks like we're
What?
getting another one.
Yeah,
Screenshots
so
or it
Rick and
didn't
Morty.
happen.
I can. Well, you know what? You know what, Sketch? Just because you said that, I don't know if it's still there, but it was. So give me a second. Let me look. Um, why does this app take so long to?
Yeah,
Come
I
on.
feel
Because
that.
all apps take so long to load.
So like, number one is House of Dragons. Number two is Rick and Morty, the new series. Yeah, I don't really care about the rest of them. And then right now, here, I'll even. I'm gonna text this to you. I'm not even kidding. Where is Sketch's text? All right, fine. I'll just do a regular message. There you go. It's been sent. I'm not kidding. Anybody that's listening on the live stream right now, go to HBO Max to the main screen. It top 10 series today. Rick and Morty, the anime is number 10.
Wow. There it is. That's
You can put that in the group, by the way. You can put that in our little group so everybody can see it. I don't lie about these things.
It is.
At least it's at the 10 mark, but yikes.
Like,
I mean, how long has it been since that show came out?
2 years?
Yeah.
I think it was only in the top 10 on HBO Max like 1 or 2 weeks when it was airing. So that is very interesting. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
But see, that's what I'm saying. It's the same thing with like Superman. Like, it comes out on Sunday, and at some point on that day, it is in the top 10. So it's like, and probably into Monday. So it's like, it's trending on the app. So if it's trending on the app, Warner Brothers Discovery is going to be like, hey, James Gunn, let's make some more. Let's go. We got something that's doing good. Let's go. And I mean, not for nothing, but if you're going to infuse money into Warner Brother animation, why wouldn't you want to continue doing an animation that's working?
Good question.
Just saying. Just saying. Makes more sense to me. But yeah, I mean, they greenlit. Well, that's another thing too. We're supposed to see the Green Lantern here, so hopefully that maybe that'll get that moving a little bit faster. I don't know. I mean, Warner Brothers. Well, it's not just Warner Brothers Discovery. All the streamers these days just they drive me crazy, because then you have a show that people like, and then you're like, nope, sorry, we're not going to do anything with it. Why?
Tale is old as at least 2020.
Yeah, I was going to say the only thing that got done and wasn't touched, and Netflix used to be really good at this, and I think they're still kind of good at this, was like Voltron, when they did it from beginning to end. Like, I mean, it's nice to see when you have a series get to do that, because it doesn't happen a lot these days. And I don't know. I would like this to continue. I think if they were to continue this and Green Lantern does well, I think the next natural progression is to have well, they already have too much Batman, so I guess not Batman.
Make a Wonder Woman show.
There's that too. Yeah.
I could do with a Flash cartoon. That could be fun.
My Adventures with
Flash.
Is it My Adventures with Green Lantern? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, yes. That's what it's called.
Okay. Why did I think it was called something else? Whatever. I'm tired.
My Adventures with Wonder Woman does have a nice ring to it. You got the whole
that does sound.
You got the whole Steve Trevor relationship that you can work in there. Yeah.
My Adventures with the Justice League.
Oh, well, that just sounds like Marvin and Wendy from the Super Friends.
I mean, we haven't. It's, if I remember correctly, speaking about that, when they had Justice League on, and correct me if I'm wrong, because it is going to be 10 o'clock at night here in a minute, but I don't think that we've seen the Wonder Twins since what, the 70s, 80s?
They were a specific creation for the Super Friends, and they lived and died with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
So
really only lived on in parodies, and I think they've had some comic appearances, but as
They
far as
probably
animated
have.
series go, there has been maybe homages to them, but
I think
not.
the last time I saw them was on a Robot Chicken episode.
Yeah, they were definitely in Harvey Birdman.
Oh yeah, they were in that, weren't they?
I was
God,
in
that's
Clearwater.
been a while. Man.
hey, Laser.
Yes.
Did you get that thing I sent you?
No.
Man, 25 years. 25 years.
Oh man, that was
Respectfully, you are old enough to know who Marvin and Wendy are.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
if you
Are you
watched,
saying I'm old, Sketch?
if
Is
you
that what you're saying?
watched, if you watched Toonami, well, Rainbow Warrior in the chat said, in Justice League Unlimited, there were some Super Friends allegories. Actually, Marvin and Wendy were in Young Justice, I think, but the Wonder Twins were not.
Nope. According to everything that I looked up, you said they were in Harvey Birdman. They were in Jaina was in an episode of Family Guy. The twins, the Wonder Twins, were inspired and created characters of Downpour and Shifter in Justice League Unlimited. There was other ones in there from different allegories from the Superfan show. They live action versions of them were in Smallville. They were actually pretty good in that one. And then the Wonder Twins actually appeared in Teen Titans Go. And I think they were going to be in a DC Superhero Girls show, but I don't think they were ever in there. They were in a Lego Batman movie, Teen Titans Go to the movies, and a couple of video games, I think. That's about it.
What you're saying is the Wonder Twins got to come back. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe that's the thing that I sent. Maybe that was the thing I sent. Okay.
Mind you, Wendy and Marvin are not the Wonder Twins. They were just a couple of teenagers that hung out with the Justice League and Super Friends seasons.
Man, you have to wonder how they became friends with the Super Friends. Like, were their parents so misguided enough or something that they were like had to stay there all the time?
I mean, in some iterations of Transformers, there's kids that become friends with the Transformers, and they're in the middle of fights. So it's like,
let me help you. Most
iterations of Transformers involves a child or teenager, or both.
There needs to be like an episode of Transformers where it's like 3 men and a baby, and it's like all of them have to take care of this human baby for like 10 years.
That would actually be really funny. I mean, the closest to that would be Energon's Kicker.
I think there needs to be an episode.
I mean, Kicker wasn't that young.
Not when we saw him, but there's the implication he grew up around these guys.
Oh, you're right. You know, that would have been a fun episode. It's like
they really should have done
like a flashback of when Kicker was a baby.
I would have watched it.
Okay, who wants your oil? Kids starving, trying to they're choking on oil. He doesn't take oil, Prime. What do you think? I don't know that.
Well, but what about Energon?
What alerts like? Can I take this baby to the hospital now?
I think consuming Energon would definitely melt the face off a child.
Yes, absolutely would.
They just set his carrier on all
especially
these
the raw,
blocks.
unfiltered kind, but probably any version really.
Starscream looks at this thing. It's like, what is this? Is this a new animal you're keeping here, Prime?
Well, you know, when we're dealing with Armada Starscream, because it's that continuity, that would actually almost be hilarious. If he had actually in the mental capacity to do that at that point, which he wasn't.
Why do I see like Megatron like taking out one of these kids, looking at Prime and being like, "There, what you gonna do now?"
Yeah.
We're gonna get Beast Wars Megatron involved in this shit.
That's the day that the Transformer war ends and Prime just goes savage. It just like destroys them all.
Well, that's what happens when you kill a human baby in front of Optimus Prime.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yep.
It's not a good idea.
No, it's not a good idea. All of a sudden, you hear Optimus go, "You won't like me when I'm angry."
Freedom
All I
is
can
the
think of
right
is-
of all sentient beings, Megatron.
One shall
Do you notice-
stand, and
You notice
all
how we're
will
going off
fall.
on?
Yeah, I could just think of Robot Chicken's skit where Optimus goes, "What did I just tell you?"
It wasn't. No, that was somebody telling Optimus.
No, it was like later on, like in the episode after they did that, and someone else says something, and Optimus shows up and be like reference the fact that he was doing a PSA.
Be sure to get your ass checked out. Well, apparently now they can just like take a blood sample and check all your levels that way. They don't actually have to, stick it up there anymore.
That's good news for me.
It's good news for all of us, but man, you feel like you missed out?
No.
Missed out on a rite of passage?
I do
No,
not
I'm
feel
good.
that way at all.
No.
This is the weirdest Toonami conversation I have ever heard on this podcast.
This has nothing to do
Oh,
with
no.
Toonami anymore.
Oh no. Oh no. We've had worse in the early days. Don't worry. Get me and Darrell going, and
This is just a medium grade tangent, really.
yeah, exactly.
It's a good thing
There's a
Kuro's
reason
not
there's
here.
something
She'd be
called Toonami
strangling us.
Faithful After Dark. Yeah, probably.
The after pod. This is basically what the after podcast is like.
Sometimes. We got to wrap it up, though, because I need to go to bed. Frankly, probably all
That's
of us
what
do.
she said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens in the remaining 3 episodes of My Adventures with Superman. It's really all we have going on Toonami, but since we haven't talked about the season finales of Blue Lock or Tokyo Revengers yet, that's what's coming up next week. You can email us at podcast@ToonamiFaithful.com. You can follow us on Facebook.com/ToonamiFaithful Podcast and on Twitter @ToonamiPodcast. You can listen to the podcast on just about everything, including Apple Podcasts, CastBox, Deezer, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Overcast, Podbay, Podbean, Podcast Addict, Radio.com, Spotify, and the TuneIn app. You can also find every episode of the podcast to stream online at the same place they found the encrypted clinical trials on Lazarus. SoundCloud.com/Toonami Faithful Podcast. Get the latest news by following @ToonamiFaithful.com on Blue Sky and @Toonami News on Twitter. And read the news, views, and reviews on ToonamiFaithful.com. Steven, tell the folks where they can find you.
You can find me on every social media platform under MXA Ghosts. Not much to talk about, but I hope all of you are doing well.
Laser, tell the folks where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter @LaserKid Prime. You can find me on Blue Sky @LaserKid. And you can find me on my podcast, Summoned Up Saints, which is on YouTube and Spotify, and also on the social medias, all at Summoned Up Saints. And we finally got that Witch Had to Tell You episode out! With
Yee!
sketches on!
So it's a good show and a good episode, but be sure to watch the show before you listen.
Absolutely, we spoil everything. But I did put some fun jokes in there, so it's definitely worth watching the episode after you watch the show.
Well, hats off to you.
That took me long enough. But it's out. It's alive.
Sometimes it be that way, editing podcasts. Sometimes it be that way.
Yeah, that was just a rough patch for me.
And Paul, tell the folks where they can find you.
Well, you can find me on X and Blue Sky, Paul Pascrillo. And you can email me, paulpascrillo@ToonamiFaithful.com.
And you can find me on
And
Twitter
then
at
Sketch, where can they find you?
Sketch1984. You can find me on Twitter at Sketch1984. Also on Blue Sky, look me up, Sketch1984. Thank you all for listening to this podcast, whether you tuned in live or listening to the podcast as a podcast. We always appreciate your listenership. Be sure to share the podcast with your friends if you think they would be interested. And until next time, I guess it's really easy to fool Lex Luthor.
Guess who's back? Back again. Mixie's back. Don't tell a friend.